This is gonna be a long video. I'm so sorry. I think I'm gonna stop streaming. For the most part. Kind of. Hello. Good to see you all. It's been a little bit. Changes are happening for me, and they have been for quite some time. If you've been around for a while, or even just a bit, you'll have noticed my severe lack of streams this year, and kind of, you know, last year. I want to talk about everything that's been on my mind for the past 2 years, since I started streaming on Twitch. I just want to talk about it all. It's been brewing up in my brain, and I'm at my breaking point. Woo! Skim the sections that you want to hear. I will label them very specifically and very accordingly. And if you want to sit and hear the whole thing, that's really cool of you. Editors know this is a completely personal video. This is not drama. This is not tea. This is not anything more than just Alexa coming to the realization of wanting more in life and sharing with you the hardships that I went through the past couple years, which is a completely personal and like internal toil. There's so much nuance here within like mental health and self-image, and honestly just how like being a content creator trying to stream and having that like platform can affect you. I think there's such a larger commentary on like streaming being a career and content creation being a career, and how with me going through my own personal struggle and how with COVID ripping away every ambition I had in life and like completely altering what I saw my future to look like, kind of just like how I feel. I just wanted to say, hey, what's up? Watch this video. You know what I mean? This is the first time in my life that I have been so lost, so wonderfully devoid of any purpose in my life. Kind of hurts. It's like I'm going through the physical growth pains of 5'4" to 5'8", but it's all in here. This video might be a little sad, but overall, the overtone is happy. Hi, if we've never been acquainted, I'm Alexa, pronouns she, they. I'm a queer streamer on Twitch. I'm 24. I live in Montreal, Canada, where I moved to from Alberta, Canada, after just deciding to move out for the first time across the country, because why not, you know? My mom back in Alberta and my sister here are my best friends. I love reading philosophy, watching educational YouTube video essays about politics, bimbification, capitalism.
Down with communism.
DJing, music documentaries. I love DJing at 3 a.m. in the comfort of my own home with a fat joint. I see so much good in people. I'm very non-judgmental and I'm very kind, and that comes across as naivete to some people.
And I'm at peace with that.
I dress boldly and experimentally. If you see me at the corner store in the most grubby outfit, no you didn't. I love colors. I have no favorite color. I listen to all the music of all genres. Yeah, Rosalia, Smino, Paramore, Tribe Called Quest, etc, etc. I love amaretto and whiskey sour beer, orange wine. I love matcha. Oh my god, I love matcha. I'm a bit of what the kids call a psychonaut. I graduated from university about 3 years ago. It feels like last year. It's been through. I've done nothing with my degree. That's hilarious. How many of you watching right now did nothing with your degree? None of us are doing anything with our degrees, dude. We live in a society that's collapsing. America is a fascist state at this point. Like, I'm getting off track. Anyways, I got a double major in classics and art and design with a certificate in archaeology. I'm obsessed with the outdoors and nature, and I would live in a hobbit hole if I had the opportunity to and completely disappear off the entire internet. So, for transparency purposes, if I disappear, that's where I went. This is all my Capricorn sun speaking, my earth sign. I also do tarot and astrology on the side for myself and for others. I love spiritual work. I also used to do Brazilian jiu-jitsu, and now I've moved on to Muay Thai as a way to keep myself active. That's parts of me I love, so you can get to know me a little bit before we dive into it. 2 years and 3 months ago, I started streaming on Twitch. At the time, it was the best thing that happened to me. 2 months before I started, I was visiting my sister here in Montreal. I was hanging out with one of her friends, and he had this whole PC set up, and I was like, the fuck do you need all this for? He was like, I want to start streaming. And I thought, the fuck is streaming? And so he said, you play games on the internet and people watch you. And I thought, how boring. Fast forward 2 months, it is COVID, it is lockdown. I am suffering over Christmas break out of pure degenerate boredom. I'm playing way too much Skyrim.
This is most excellent.
And I think I could stream. So there I was, sitting on my bed, MacBook on top of 2 shoeboxes, a $30 Turtle Beach headset, just to have fun. No one ever tells you how goddamn hard it is to stream from a Mac. Well, I am here to tell you, besties. Don't fucking do it. It was the most annoying thing ever. I just think back to all the workarounds I had. If I had a PC, it would have been so much Anyways, no stream was shorter than 8 hours, and no week had less than 5 streams. I was so utterly in love with it all. The unfamiliarity with audio and broadcasting software and OBS and overlays and chat room and building a community and Discord and there was such a production quality to a simple stream. There was statistics, average viewership. I started to earn a little money. Everything was going up and up and up. Those of you with ADHD understand that once you have a fixation, that fixation does not leave you. And streaming became my fixation for a healthy amount of time. You understand the feeling of losing hours to a new hobby. Whether your fixations last for a month or a year, they're fun. Fixations are fun, okay? Maybe they can be slightly unhealthy, but like that's not my point right now. I reached Twitch affiliate in a week. On my birthday, actually, January 10th. After only a month, I was taking it very seriously. I watched a YouTube video that Ludwig made about how to actually set goals that are actually under your control and to actually reach them. So I chose goals that were controllable for myself that I could 100% reach. One of those goals being
Twitch partner.
Don't f around, it's possible. You know you're charismatic, you know you can talk to a goddamn wall. I said by the end of the year, you can make Twitch partner. Basically, I knew I could do it. Bad bitch attitude. Streaming was beautiful for a long moment. Staring at a camera, eating McDonald's in total silence for like 60 seconds. It was raising over 10K for various charities, streaming for a week straight in a subathon.
You want yogurt? Fresh.
Reading tarot for chat, painting my face as Kermit.
Like, share, and subscribe, and share this with your grandma.
Terrifying. My mom making her many appearances.
Happy f***ing birthday.
Tam Tuesdays, we love to see it.
Should we tune in to see if he's alright?
We should tune in.
We should tune in.
What's up? I'm Billy.
You're supposed to check the beer cakes.
I did the runnings as trying to save the bear.
Scary games.
Everything's fine, everything's fine, everything's fine. Are we gonna go back in here? We're gonna go back in here.
You.
Mental health talks. Funny games. Indie games. RPG games. Community games. Community nights. Discord fun gaming sessions. Movie nights. 4 a.m. high streams. Meeting amazing mods. Round table conversations with queer friends on queer topics.
Mods, can we just ban anyone being nice to me? Stop it.
We could just ban you from chat temporarily.
That's fine.
It's the most homophobic thing my phone could have done in that moment. There is so much to streaming that I am so unbelievably thankful for, and I would not trade anything for it. Half a year into streaming, my MacBook started to the absolute bed.
This is gross. I don't know what is happening. I'm hooked up to LAN right now.
You know, streams got glitchier and streaming just like slowly became unenjoyable. I needed a fix and productively made a decision to buy a whole PC and peripherals. As you can see behind me, I spent every penny here. I maxed out credit cards for this bit. I was gonna make this work. A couple of weeks of shipping and setup later, I was back to streaming. From the jump, I saw my growth. I had a new drive. I started to make genuine friendships online. I started to climb in my own success. I was enjoying it. I was doing good, and I still saw a future in it. Now, in December, my first year of streaming, I entered a competition on a whim, like 5 days before the deadline. The submission was a 60-second video application, and with over 2,700 applicants, I won first.
Okay, so I never actually explained what the competition was. There was this company named Hover that did, I believe, 4 total seasons of what they called Hover's Next Top Streamer. I was on season 3. Maybe the company shut down before season 4. Hover functioned as a social media platform akin to like TikTok, but where TikTok can target literally every audience ever in the entire world because the content on it is not limited. Hover was focusing their content purely on streamers and people who watch streams, which is already narrowing down your audience a fair amount. The business kind of more or less crashed and burned. As of currently, March 2023, from what I know, there was also drama with the company, but I don't know anything about that. I'm telling you about the competition. Okay, bye.
I won
Money.
a headset, which actually got stolen last week. All of my possessions were stolen last week out of my bag at work, and I'm really mad about it. Anyways, squirrel. I won a little bit of clout. One-on-one interviews with some really big creators about advice. I was on a roll. A month later, after the competition and a full year into streaming, I made Twitch partner. The thing that so many streamers strive for. I saw the goal. I know my potential. I made it happen. But there's always a but. That competition brought out some real nasty shit. me. It was the week of the top 4 phase of the competition, and I barely slept for a week. I barely ate for a week. I had my first panic attacks, and I very nearly dropped out. It confused me. I wasn't like this with university. 5 years of hard-pressed deadlines, writing 10-page essays 2 days before they were due. Why was that less stressful than a competition that I had entered, had at this point made top 4 for completely off of my merit and talent? There were some self-worth issues bubbling up for the first time in my life, and I just did not know how to deal with them. And from that point forward, streaming was not what it used to be. That second year last year, that was rough, dude. A full year of streaming straight and being a full-time student and working a job.
Clearly the struggle is real.
Regardless of how awful being in that second year was, I just could not let go of it. COVID restrictions were lightning. The world was booting back up, and I was isolated at home. To not be able to see the friendships and those people that I haven't seen for years because of lockdown, because I'm forcing myself to be online at home all the time, streaming, doing community things, content, and I'm never leaving my house. I want to go out and smell the grass and go for a picnic with my best friend, and I just felt like I couldn't. I had so much to do.
I'm ranting here, but there is so much of that second year that just had to do with the woes that content creation will put you through, or streaming will put you through. You go to bed thinking about what you're doing the next day. You wake up thinking, I need to start getting ready for what I'm doing that day. Never have weekends because you're constantly 24/7 trying to come up with the next best idea, the next best collab, the next best content idea. This is not the same as working a 9-to-5 desk job, going home, leaving work at work, and then having the weekends off. Take your brain off work. This is not the same because your brain is never off. It is never void of a decent amount of worry over what your next thing is going to be. Don't get me wrong. Content creation is a great platform to like bring your goals and your dreams into reality. Like you can do whatever you want. You can make your own brand. You can do whatever the f you want. And if you're good at it, you'll get somewhere with it. I love being able to do what I want in life. If you're just a boomer and you're gonna be like, that's not how the f***ing world works. You have to work, go to watch a different video. The way that older generations conceptualize jobs is like, we are far past the traditional notions of jobs, right? Like, I think we're all on the same page. So while streaming is great, YouTube is great, like TikTok, Instagram, like content creation is wonderful. Then open a conversation about you like commodifying your body or your personality or like who you are, and that being the product that you're selling can bring its own like mental health issues with that. But also you never get a fucking break. And if you do take a break, then you're probably going to become irrelevant. This editor's note explains far better than anything I said in this recording. I'm just ranting about personal stuff, but this is really what I'm trying to get at. Burnout from streaming is not burnout from a 9-to-5, especially when you're somebody that has chronic illnesses, chronic mental illnesses. Burnout is then intensified. So anyways,
I was not made to purely exist online. I don't think a lot of people are. I had gotten so used to that full year, barely leaving the house, sleeping at 7 a.m., waking up at 4 p.m. I forgot how to socialize. I got social anxiety. I streamed when I didn't want to. I did collabs when my ideas were half-assed. We would reach milestones on certain streams that I still to this day have not fulfilled. I feel like a piece of fucking shit for it.
Okay, this one's a little bit more serious. I was doing the Save-a-thon, Move-a-thon to help me move across the country, and the Subathon that we then did in this new place in October. I just feel like I owe everyone an apology because I did not realize that the milestones and the goals I was setting for myself were already unattainable at my level of burnout. Making milestones and adding milestones during those events would give me so much stress because I knew in the back of my mind, chances were that they would not get done. It felt like I'm letting people down. You know, I hear people say like, it's not your fault, it happens, but like the frequency with which we would do events, hit milestones, you know, even charity streams, like hitting milestones and I'm like, oh, well, great, we reached that, we'll do it later. Knowing that we wouldn't get them done, I feel so fucking bad, and I'm so fucking sorry that I wasn't able to step back and say, let's figure out attainable goals, instead of giving myself these lofty goals that I know were beyond me and above me at the level I was willing to give into streaming at that point. So I feel like I owe everybody an apology. There was a huge list of milestones that was in the back of my notebook, that was in my bag, that got stolen. I don't even know how to tally up all the milestones that we have not completed. Maybe in the future we'll do like a couple and be like, remember when I said we'd do this one thing and we never did it, now we're doing it. But yeah.
For so long before COVID, before I graduated university, before I moved across the country, I knew my limits were only those by which I put upon myself, so I never gave myself any limits. My potential was limitless. I called myself an artist, a painter, a sculptor, an empath, a creative, a scholar, an archaeologist, a well-learned conversationalist. Then I started streaming, and I became a streamer. That's all I was. That's all I felt like I was. Like it stripped me of every possible previous layer that I existed as. God, I was such a I romanticized every moment. I had such a joy for life. I want to meet that bitch again. Okay, I want to get medicated, get this depression on my brain. Okay, I do not remember being that happy, which is a big sign of depression. You know those videos on Instagram and TikTok where it shows you like nostalgic like film photos of like, when did life stop feeling like this? I like every single one of those. I used to be full of the temporal brim with love, and I don't know what did I spilled. It all spilled out. There is so much in this life that I want to rekindle my love for, that at one point I let go of to try and pursue something bigger. I now don't think that this bigger is where that future lies. I've been working off fumes for the past couple of years. I am not as good of a sister, of a daughter, of a friend, of anybody. I want change for myself. I want to find that artistry and that creative drive in myself that I once had. I'm one person, and I was trying to do the load of 5 people. Now I'm over 2 years into it. This 3rd year so far has been recovering my self-worth, dealing with extreme content burnout, extreme creative burnout. Somebody who has been a creative my entire existence feels really fucking stressful. And Montreal, bitches, I'm a tourist in my own new city because this city's fucking cool and there's lots to see here. Man, like, life can be bleak, but I'm so happy that I get to see the bleakness of life in a beautiful city like this. This year has also been dealing with depression and anxiety. I've also looked into getting help for myself, being more physically active, and feeling a little bit better. That's what this year's been. I actually have a video coming out next month, middle of April, about a little personal experiment I started doing. Excited about that. We're getting back in the what's the word? We're getting back in the hypothetical artistic waters, bitches. A multifaceted artist goes to the waves where the waves are the most chaotic and surfs upon them. Hebrew 5:8. I want to make people happy. There's so much joy in seeing other people happy, and I want to be able to give that back to the world like I could at one point. I was designed to sit in the sun and paint, sitting in a park having far too much red wine, frolicking in a dandelion field with a white lace dress on while Lana Del Rey plays in the background coming from the bushes like Disney World style. Matcha lattes are flowing from my fingers and like watering the field. The world is playing in half speed, you know, I'm slow. It sucks that won't make me a living, dude. Fuck capitalism, bro. To clarify the first like 2 clickbait seconds of this video, I'm not quitting entirely.
Don't joke about that.
I just want to address the beautiful inconsistency in my streams that is to come in the future. If I'm honest, there's someone in my life now. I've always had this old love, this side hoe, this pseudo relationship with bad communication that I think I'm willing to fully put my time and effort into. To YouTube. I'm finally happy to say that I'm putting a ring on youtube.com/Big Mommy Alexa. Before I ever got into streaming, my first love was video editing. I would edit on the Nokia of editing software, iMovie. Why? I didn't know that there was like other stuff available, to be honest. Regardless of how absolutely horrendous iMovie was to edit on, I was determined to make anything I wanted to happen come to life. So I came up with multiple hour-long workarounds that got the simplest of editing things done. These OG videos have been taken down for the privacy of others. I would spend hours editing and revising something until my vision would physically manifest. Why am I switching around my content, you might ask? Well, what is the purpose of like making anything in this world if it leaves you miserable and it doesn't further any kind of like goals or purpose that you have in life? I don't think our purpose is made to be easily discoverable. I think the entirety of life is about like learning what your purpose could be. There's not a set future for any of us. There's futures where you're miserable and there's futures where you're full of joy and happiness. It just depends what decisions you prioritize and what choices you actually make to decide which one of those 2 pathways you like start driving down, you know? And the future that makes me the most happy does not involve streaming for 4 or 5 days a week, sadly. The longer I stayed stuck in streaming and continued to make content the way that I have been making for the past 2 years, the more I felt like I was just losing my grip on my future or like any sort of purpose I have in this life. If there's ever one fucking indication that you are doing something that you were not meant to do, that is not furthering your goals or your purpose, like it is that. If you are miserable, why are you doing it? Like what? Come on. streaming is so fun. It's so fucking great. We've been over that. But like, if it's making me miserable, it's making me miserable. So I'm rethinking what content creation looks like for me. It means inconsistency. It's going to mean cringy videos. Maybe one stream every 2 weeks, or maybe 4 streams in a week if I'm trying to iron out the kinks in something, you know? You might be asking, Alexa, what kind of content can we be expecting from you in the future? Please stop. One reporter at a time. I will no longer be streaming, editing, or doing anything that doesn't make me happy and give me a sense of accomplishment. I will not be feeding an algorithm. I will be feeding my soul. So whether it's me going thrifting or me moving countries for a master's program in archaeology, which to be honest is still like a big goal of mine that I want to happen in the next 2 years, maybe that means releasing a 5-minute video, which is just a compilation of my favorite quiet moments I've captured on video around the city. Maybe it means a video about my organizational habits because I really have them on lock. Got this ADHD thing figured out, bro. I'm medicated. And I make it work. Maybe it's a 30-minute video essay about a fixation that I currently have and I want to tell you all about, and you're gonna sit there and listen for like 30 minutes. A 2-hour DJ set from home. Maybe it's a documentary about my week. Maybe it's like fucking outfit videos. So I want this YouTube channel to be a place for you to all pay witness to my creativity, no matter the stage I'm at in life. Posting every day. Fuck rushing on content when I'm not happy with my product just because I need to like produce content. I want to give you my passion projects. I think I have a beautiful creative brain with like a lot of really cool ideas and I just want to like show them to you in video format. I have not had a thought that positive in like literally 2 years. So I'm on the up. I'm telling you, this past month has been like, I've been going to the gym, you know what I mean? I'm like doing squats and shit, you know? Life is like a 48-lane LA interchange highway, and I just realized that I've been like driving down the wrong road. You just get on the off ramp. Just start driving on another lane. We're hopping lanes, bitches. Let's wrap it up, boys, shall we? If you want to stay up to date with current projects, you can look to the Twitter, pinned messages, or my bio to see what's up and coming. You can jump at the Discord, which is 18+. I'll be making regular announcements for upcoming streams, events, and YouTube projects. I also regularly post updates on Instagram, but to be honest, Insta is more like a personal look into my life. So if you want like posts about like what makeup I did that week, then you like go follow that. And I post on my story a lot. I also have a Fansly, which other than the NSFW content you can get from me, in which I want to start doing some more cosplay. This little saucy little cosplay moment. I also want to be using the cheapest Safe for Work subscription tier to post a lot about content, ideas, da. So if you're ever like, what's Alexa up to? Maybe sub to the Fansly. Anyways, that's all I have to say. If you stuck here to the end of this video, God, I fucking love you. Hey now. Hey now. Hey now. You're so cute. Hey now, hey.